Good evening, Total War fans. It's the Desert Fox here to give you a Massilia faction review. Are they good? Are they bad? Are they trash? Are they great? Amazing? Whatever. Tonight I'll tell you just what they are. Well, just what I think they are, my personal opinion. So to start off with, they have the basic, blah blah, Hippeus Lancers. They're Greek, Pretty good unit overall. I've always loved them. They're a new unique unit for General. Well, actually, let's just start out with their melee infantry. They have the basic thorax sword, but since they're a Celtic Greek style mix, they have axe warriors, which are amazing flanking. It's just super good. Not a super high charge, but it's that armor piercing of 10 that makes them awesome, and they're very high health for a unit of that cost. Mercenary Celtic warriors, we all know how awesome they can be. They have Levy Freeman, light hoplites. We've seen those before. They have regular hoplites. They have a new unique unit, Massilia Therio Spears. They are basically Theros Spears, but they are a little bit better. I think they have one higher weapon damage. I think their bonus versus large. Actually, we can check real quick. We can check. So let's go to Athens. Therio Spears. So they have 4 higher attack, same weapon damage, same bonus versus large, 4 higher charge bonus. So let's see, 49 melee defense, 65 armor. They have 6 less melee defense, 6 less armor, but 5 more health and 5 more morale. And they have the discipline trait, so they are actually an insanely good unit for their cost of 560. Because exact same as these Zero Spears. Oh, they have discipline too. Wow, I never knew that, honestly. Huh, I guess I'm an idiot. Okay, but they are a very good unit for the cost. I think they... Do they have more javelins? I'm not sure how you check that. Come on, where's it at? They really need to put, like, how many javelins or what, ammunition. But they have that. They have their unique Massalian hoplites, which... They're okay, but when you compare them to the Thorax hoplites, they're not really bringing a ton to the table. Except something special, and I'll show you what that is. Thorax hoplites. So, they have 2 more melee attack, same weapon damage. Let's see, 15, 26, 15, and 22. So they have more charge. Let's see, 59 melee defense, 90 armor. They have 2 less melee defense, same armor. Let's see, 65 health, 65 morale. More health, same morale. What they do have is Thorax hoplites have the discipline trait. Massalian hoplites do have that, but they also have encourage. For a unit of 920, they are insane. For that cost, you get a unit that will keep your cruddier units like this Celtic warrior light hoplites, which is one of my most favorite units, by the way, because it's a discipline too. I mean, for 440, that's nice. But it'll keep all these in the fight really good. So that's a really good unit in my opinion. But the cost, I think that's just because the encourage war. If it didn't have the encourage war, I'd say make it cost just a teeny bit more than Thorax hoplites. Celtic slingers, we've seen them, blah blah blah. Mercenary Gallic hunters. I kind of wish they had mercenary Rhodian, or not mercenary Rhodians, mercenary Balearic slingers, but guess you can't get everything you wish for. Mercenary Gallic hunters just got buffed. They have 25 more range, which makes them a lot more viable than they used to be. I love this unit now. They're very good. Hippeus Lancers, seen that before. Like Horse, Citizen Cav, seen it. But here's this new awesome unit, Massalian Cav, and it is awesome. It's only light Cav, so its mass is really bad compared to Citizen Cav, that is medium melee Cav. But look what they have. 40 melee attack to 37 Citizen Cav. Just 1 less weapon damage, 5 more bonus versus large, 8 more charge, 22 more melee defense, but 35 less armor. But they do have 5 more health, and 10 more morale. Look at that price difference. 40 more for Citizen's Cav, and you get 22 more melee defense, 8 more charge, 3 more attack, you get more health, but the only downside to them really is their armor. But really, would you rather have a Citizen Cav with 45 morale that'll route fast, or a Massalian Cav with 55 morale? Now, I do have to say, their real downside is they are light Cavs, so they have that light mass. They have that high charge for a melee Cav, but they won't do a super huge amount against heavy armored units on the charge, just because they are light melee Cav. But if you can catch enemy Cav off the hoof, or if you engage with a unit like Hippeus Lancers and then bring these in later, that high bonus versus large, coupled with that already high attack for a unit in this price range, will make them beast enemy Cav really well. They might not necessarily win because of this really low armor and only a 5 shield value, which is really, really bad, I have to say. They get destroyed by missiles. It takes about 1 volley from a Cretan to probably kill like 15 guys. But they do have that really high health. Excuse me. So honestly, I'd say if you can get them into a fight after something's engaged, they are insanely good. They are super cost effective. They're not OP at all, but they're very cost effective for what they do. But that's Massilian Cav. Very good unit, but you have to watch that light mass. It really makes a difference. They have Tarantine Cav, Skirmisher Cav. I don't care about artillery. But my personal opinion on Massilia is they're decent at best. They're very tricky. I played a battle against Rome the other day. My opponent brought, I think it was 6 Stati, 6 Evocati, some Armored Legionnaires, and Eagle Cohort, and 2 Sakyai Equites Extraordinari. And I just got destroyed with them because they just can't do anything against any infantry rush. I mean, Gallic Hunters really don't have the kind of missile damage to do a ton to Roman infantry. And they have the good cav. They have good Hippeus Lancers. You know, they have good cav. They have good infantry for the price. It's just they're really lacking against sword factions, in my opinion. Thorax Swords, definitely a good unit for the cost. Always has been. Well, since patch 9, I guess. But in terms of fighting, like, any barbarian faction will run right over you as Massilia, unless you can use your cav right. But even then, let's take a look at one of the strongest barbarian factions. Where are you? Bowie. Now, the Bowie have Heavy Horse for 700, which are beast-style units. I mean, for 200 more Massilia Cav, you get same weapon damage, I think. 2 more melee attack, less bonus for large, but more... more charge. Less melee defense, but more armor, more health, same morale, and you have Frenzy Charge, which... in my opinion, if Massilia Cav had Frenzy Charge, they would be borderline OP, honestly. Frenzy Charge, people are like, oh, let's use it on the charge. I would not ever recommend that to you. Frenzy Charge is something, if you use it, you're unbreakable for 15 seconds, I believe. So, if you charge your Heavy Horse into Cataphracts and it starts dying, you want to just hold them up, boom! Use that Frenzy Charge, and they will last. So, sorry, I had to cough there. So, if Massilia Cav did have Frenzy Charge, like a lot of people want, they would be extremely, extremely strong. Just near borderline OP, I would say, because they could just go into something, stay there with that Frenzy Charge, and fight to the last man. They would be just nuts strong. So I'm kind of glad they don't have it. But now, I was just about to say, as a whole, overall, I'd say Massilia is a pretty weak faction. They have those great Axe Warriors, great Celtic Warriors, you know, Thorax Swords. That's pretty much one of the best mainline units you can have. Their Thero Spears are great, their Hoplites are great, but they are a little overpriced for what they can give, in my opinion, but they do have that Encourage for that cheap. Skirmishers are meh, really. Shot Cav, amazing. We all know what Hippeus Lancer can do. Sorry, I'm kind of got a cough tonight. Massilia Cav, really good for the price. Just never let them get charged by no matter what Cav it is. Just never let them get charged by it, because they will get damaged really bad. Skirmish Cav, man, I don't use Jav Cav much, but it's pretty decent, you know. Tarantine Cav's pretty good. But, that is Massilia. They are just decent, if that, in my opinion. I mean, they've got good tools. And I might be totally wrong. There's probably someone out there right now, some tournament player. Like, I guess I'm a tournament player too, but I'm not like one of the greatest at making builds. I mean, I bet Danko from TWR is out there making a build with them that will like pwn all. How about like 20 gold Axe Warriors? You know, I'm sure that would be fearsome. But as of now, I think they're lacking. They can field a ton of cheap units, which is really, really good. But as for a power faction, that is something they're not, and I doubt we'll be seeing them much in competitive play. I know nothing about them in campaign, because I really don't play campaign much. I play Shogun 2 for campaign. But really, as a multiplayer faction, they're really weak right now, in my opinion. I've tried them about 3 or 4 times, and like I said, just decent at best faction. Those Thero Spears are really awesome for the price, but I just would never bring them in a competitive tournament game ever. They're just really not worth it, in my opinion. But that is my view of Massilia right now, my kind of little faction review showing you what they can do. If you agree or disagree, tell me in the comments, and I'll try and get back to you. This has been the Desert Fox, your handsome, devilishly handsome host for tonight. And I'd just like to say good night to YouTube.